Hi, I'm Kino MacGregor. We're here at Miami Life Center, and today I'm going to be talking to you about Kapotasana. This is a very deep back-bending posture. It's one of the postures that is one of the great gateways of the intermediate or second series of Ashtanga Yoga. Many practitioners who are able to master and practice the primary series come to this posture and are immediately faced with blockages in the spine and blockages on the emotional body. This is one of the ways you can most easily injure yourself unless you have a solid foundation in the technique of back bending. So today what I'd like to do is talk to you a little bit about what the common pitfalls are when you approach Kapotasana and the most healthy, easy way to work into the posture so you'll be able to do this for your entire life, not just once or twice. Anna will be my model today and we'll be taking a look at that. First starting off with what's contraindicated, and then secondly starting off with what's the healthy, easy way to work, okay? Starting off on your knees. Inhaling, first we're going to be taking a look at the ways that you shouldn't enter the posture, all right? So you wouldn't want to go straight down to the ground. So I'll have Anna just take her hands in prayer and exhale, just go straight back to the ground. That's a little bit too fast, and as you can see, the spine didn't have any opportunity to open. Now, from here, many people place their head on the ground and then try to walk their hands. Sometimes the shoulders get into alignment, sometimes not. Usually the elbows remain out to the side. If this is how you're trying Kapotasana, you're setting yourself up for a misery that's absolutely unnecessary. One last thing that people often try is to reach back with their elbow, rotating the shoulder out to look for the foot. As you can see, this greatly compromises the integrity of the shoulder joint, so we're not going to have Anna do that today, even though she's flexible enough to do that. Especially flexible people would want to watch out for that rotation, because over time, the joint would be taken out. I'll help Anna up so that we can then approach the posture from a nice, safe, easy way. Okay? Ready to try it again? Thank you. Okay. So, starting off on the knees, and then nice and slow to go back. Just like dropping back from back bend, okay? One of the ways you can first try this is really to get that length through the spine. Just reaching back, placing your hands on the ground, and then coming right back up. So that's what we'll try. Finding that tucking forward of the pelvis, keeping the natural lumbar curve. Inhaling, lifting the spine, stretching out the arms. So we're already setting up the dropping of the shoulder blades down the back. Bending at the knees to exhale, hands to the ground. So you could take 5 breaths here and then just immediately inhale all the way back up. Once you have that motion nice and solid, you're able to keep the length in the spine. Only then really are you ready to try going deeper in the posture. So let's go ahead and give that a shot right now. Inhaling, lifting the spine up out of the pelvis, dropping the shoulder blades down the back. Nice and slow allows gravity the chance to open the spine. Stretching out the arms, let gravity do the work, and then the hands gently find their way to the ground. One of the most common pitfalls is to lose this lift, creating the spaciousness from the head to the floor. You need to have the shoulders and the legs supporting yourself in the back bend. Then slowly, keeping the head off the ground, we walk the hands in and in. Now right about here, where the hand gets close to the foot, there's a dramatic temptation to try to crawl the fingers on the foot. Now, if you're like most people, you're sweating to a large degree by the time you get to Kapotasana. So we want to walk the fingers on the outside of the foot. You'll notice that Anna's head remains fully off of the ground. You want to try to keep your hands off of the ground. Once the fingers reach about the plane of the heel, then keeping the weight in the legs, you reach the fingers gently up. And as you exhale, you spiral the elbows together, rotating the shoulders down the back, and place the elbows gently on the ground. So you can see how she has weight pouring into the elbows, but at the same time, weight is pouring down into the knees. So there's a full bow, a full range of support in the posture. After 5 breaths, another common mistake is to take the hands too far away from the feet. When we release the hands, we want to take them no further than the elbows. If you can keep them close to the feet, that will increase the shoulder opening. Pressing down into the feet, pressing into the knees, rotate the shoulders down the back to create a nice solid arch. And after 5 long breaths, inhale, coming all the way back up onto the knees. One last way that we can try Kapotasana is to go straight into the heels. This requires great spinal flexibility, great shoulder flexibility. I don't recommend you even try this until you can grab your heels by yourself from the floor. If you can do that with grace and ease and your breath is long and deep, you might be able to start trying to grab your heels from the air, but don't rush the process. So we're going to do that one more time. Hands in prayer, and inhale, lift the spine up out of the pelvis, creating all of that length and space through the back, rotating the shoulders down the back. A good way to know whether you're ready to grab is if you can see your heels, keeping the shoulders rotated down the back. First there's one hand, and then there's the other. All right? If you feel like you need to open the shoulders, you could even try to straighten the arms a little bit from here, opening the shoulders. Before you exhale, reach the elbows down to the ground. And that was totally beautiful. You want to make sure that you actually see your heels before you go ahead and try to grab them. Don't go for something you can't see. When the path ahead is not illuminated, it makes no sense to keep going. After 5 breaths, hands go close to the feet and straighten the arms again. You'll notice that her pelvis comes forward, so we feel the strength and stability into the hips. A good way to test that is if you can actually press solidly into the hips and the body reaches right back. So Anna's strength is coming from the pelvis as well as all of the spinal erector muscles. That thrust forward with the pelvis will pull her right effortlessly back up to standing. Although it's not in this series, if Kapotasana is very, very challenging for you, I recommend a nice child's pose to counter the stretch. If you're going to exit this posture in child's pose, knees together and strong work with the bandhas. 5 breaths there is maybe even too much, just 1 or 2, and then you're ready to move on. This has been a great exploration of Kapotasana, so I hope I've given you something to work with. I'm Kino MacGregor, and we're here at Miami Life Center.